Do you want to know what it's made from?
Go on.
Ritz crackers, no apples. That tastes just like apple pie.
This is some kind of weird wizardry going on here. Oh, that's really good.
Today I am attempting probably one of the strangest food experiments that we've tried on this channel. Now this one's been fooling people for generations. It looks like apple pie, it smells like apple pie, it's supposed to taste like apple pie, but there's one secret to it. There's not a single apple in this recipe. So before David and Elana find that out, I'm gonna see if they can guess what kind of pie this is. And honestly, I'm not convinced they're going to get this one right. Now this recipe is called mock apple pie and it dates back a surprisingly long way. It's one of those Great Depression era pies. The idea was simple. Apples weren't always available, they were quite expensive, or sometimes people just didn't have them. So cooks discovered that if they add an unusual ingredient with sugar, lemon and cinnamon, they could create something that looks like apple pie and tastes like apple pie. And somehow people have been making it ever since. Now, we had received a lot of comments about making a mock apple pie, so I'm quite excited to try this one because I love apple pie and I think it's one of the first pies I've made on the channel, which was a lovely apple pie, which is one of our subscriber recipes. So now I'm excited to try this one. In this saucepan I've got a cup of sugar along with some cream of tartar. I'm just going to add in some water and bring this to a boil. Okay, now for the secret ingredient. Yes, Ritz crackers. Now I'm not going to tell David or Elana that these are actually going into the pie. And I'm not even sure what they're going to do. Maybe create some kind of pie filling and maybe thicken up the water and sugar going on over here. But I can't believe that a Ritz cracker is meant to actually taste like apple pie. I mean, I've not had a Ritz cracker for a while, but oh, I've got a good big one. Yeah, but I'm definitely not getting any kind of apple vibe out of these. I can't see how that's going to make a pie. We're going to throw some of these in. Now this feels really strange adding Ritz crackers into a pie filling that's supposed to taste like mock apple pie. It's really strange, it's really quite bizarre, but I think it could be one of those hidden gems of a recipe. Let me know, have you made or tried mock apple pie before, or is this something new to you? And if it's not new to you, you have had it before, do you kind of have a different recipe? Because I did see something about using apple juice instead of apples, which again, that's something that I quite like to try, but I'm really intrigued by this Depression era recipe. Okay, we're just gonna leave that pie filling, I'm gonna call it, for 5 minutes with the crackers added to it. I'm not really sure what it's gonna do in this process of it boiling. I guess they're gonna kind of make it go mushy and thicken up that pie water. I'm not sure what to call it. And maybe it will set a little bit later. Yeah, I just can't get my head around this crazy little recipe at the moment. Okay, that's been 5 minutes and nothing's really happened with these. I was expecting them to go like a little bit mushy or something, but that's not happened. I guess all I need to do now is pop them into the pie crust. The recipe doesn't say to do this, but I'm just gonna move these about a little bit so that they are a bit more even. Now here I've got some lemon juice, which I'm just gonna sprinkle around the pie. At this point, it is smelling a bit like an apple pie and it's reminding me of apple pie. And I guess it looks like water pie, but what I actually like about some of these recipes is that you're actually getting a recipe made with things that you've just got readily available. And I think that's one of those things a lot of you laugh about. Things like beans on toast that we have over here is a really cheap dish and it's just made out of a bit of a necessity where you've got something really cheap, full of protein, something really quite filling, and then you've just got a good meal. I might get shot down in the comments for this one. I don't think it's too dissimilar to things that you have over there, like the beans and cornbread. Okay, don't shoot me down. What kind of dishes do you have over there that really surprise you? Some of those meals that you make that are like on a budget or just made with like the bare ingredients. Or what dishes do you admire from like other countries? It could be a British dish, it could be a dish from where you're from, it could be anything. Because some of these recipes do really surprise us and I think they are brilliant and they just do what they need to do. They feed you, your tummy's full, but you're also a little bit happy and it's just based on a few ingredients, so your wallet's also a bit fuller and you've not spent too much money buying all the ingredients ingredients. Now this is coming together a bit more like apple pie. We've got the lemon in our fake apples, and now we need some cinnamon. And I'm really pleased to know that there's cinnamon in this recipe because I love cinnamon, and cinnamon and apples go really well together. So just getting my massive bag of cinnamon here, and we're going to sprinkle this cinnamon over the pie. It does smell a little bit more like apple pie now, and I'm guessing it looks a bit like apple pie. These look like slices of apple opposed to like chunks. So I'm just going to pop this to the side for the moment because we need to get on with the topping. We'll go in with some light brown sugar. Now I am saying light brown because there are a few dishes that have caught me out before where it's mentioned brown sugar, but it actually means light brown sugar unless you specify dark brown sugar. I think I did that in our pineapple upside down cake where I got the wrong sugar and it looked quite dark, but maybe I'll have to try that recipe again with light brown sugar this time instead. Okay, we need to go in with some more cinnamon, and we've got some more Ritz crackers here, and now some butter melted. And we'll just give that all a bit of a stir. Where they're going mushy, they could look a bit like apple pie slices rather than chunks. I'm getting it. I'm slowly getting the concept of this pie. Now I need to sprinkle the topping all over this pie. So I guess during the time that we're talking about, things like crackers were a shelf-stable item that were more readily available. And I know people even made their own crackers, but it still blows my mind how somebody thought, I'll put these crackers into a pie and it's going to taste a bit like apple. Or even I'll put crackers in a pie and it's going to taste good. Right, there we have it. We're just going to pop this into the oven for 15 minutes before reducing the heat, and then we're going to come back and do that taste test. So make sure you join us because they've got no clue what they're going to try. And if this does work, I think it is going to be quite a brilliant little thing that's going to blow our minds. Am I skeptical? I feel like I'm being slowly won round on this one. Oh my gosh. This smells incredible. It actually does really look like a pecan pie. And I am whispering so David doesn't hear me. Okay, I'm going to let this cool down enough for us to do the taste test. Okay, well, I know what this is, but you don't. So it might be a pie that you've had before, but it might be like a different take on a recipe, or it might be something completely new. So I just want you to let me know how you think it tastes.
Okay, I will take a bite. If I was to guess, is this like caramel on top? I don't know. Someone's at the door. There's somebody at the door. Somebody's at the front door.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I reckon this is something a bit more caramelly. I'm not sure. Not smelled anything like this before. Definitely not had anything like this before. Can I smell cinnamon?
You do, yeah.
Okay. I need to get a really good big bite.
You do.
To maximise the flavours.
Just go careful because it is one served warm, so it might be hotter than we think.
Ooh. That's good.
Do you know what it is?
I really like the crunch. Nice and sweet. I can taste the cinnamon. I might need another bit. This is really good. I really like that crunch.
Yeah, the topping's different to anything you've tried before. I think when we've had this before, we may have had it in like a double pie crust, perhaps.
Is this like an apple pie?
Ah, okay. So apple pie?
Yeah.
But that's a different take on an apple pie.
Oh, this is really good.
So how do you get apple from it? Does it taste like apple?
It just reminded me of the apple pie that we had a while ago, but it was a different recipe.
Yep.
And it was a cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
Is there apple in this, is there?
No. So what if I told you that this recipe is called mock apple pie?
Right.
And it contains no apples whatsoever.
Really?
But do you want to know what it's made from?
Go on.
You'll never guess. Ritz crackers.
Really?
Yeah. Not the pie crust, the actual filling is made from Ritz crackers. No apples.
How did you get a Ritz cracker to get that sort of texture?
That tastes just like apple pie. Now, I was really skeptical about this. I did not think it would work, but somehow a Ritz cracker tastes like a fruit. It tastes like an apple. Now, next you'll be telling me you can make cider from Ritz crackers.
This is some kind of weird wizardry going on here. Oh, that's really good.
That is so good. Now, I know apple pie usually served a la mode or with ice cream or cream, but this didn't say anything about that. So I'm just having it as it is today. I'll say it's really, really good.
That's bloody good.
Rating?
That's got to be a 10 out of 10.
I agree. 10 out of 10. Another one of those Great Depression era pies made with staple items, made with a few ingredients, and it turns out beautifully.
Okay, now over to Elana.
It's too tricky!
What was that?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? Does it remind you of anything?
It tastes like cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yes. Cinnamon's in there. Does it remind you of a fruit at all? No?
Please, can you tell me what's in here?
This is made with Ritz crackers. Whoa. Tastes good? Definitely marks out of 10. Definitely marks out of 10, 10 out of 10. What should people do if they enjoy the video?
I watch Mummy and Daddy.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, and all that leaves this little British family to say is...
Take care.
God bless.
And see you on the next video. In this saucepan, I've got a cup of sugar and some cream of tartar sauce. Ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. In this saucepan, I've got a cup of sugar and some cream of tartar sauce. Sauce? No, it's not sauce. That's what you put in your bloody beef or something, isn't it? Tartar sauce? No, that's fish and chips. Forget that. Do it again.